meeting. Besides here, I mean. Madison Square Garden. When will that be? This morning. You can see it's quite a meeting. Well, we're glad you're here. We really are. I'm a little bit upset this morning. You'll have to forgive me if I seem a little bit restless. You know, I like to sleep with my bedroom window wide open, and last night it rained in while I was asleep, and I found out that my new pastel pajamas are not color fast. They faded all over the back of my chair. And, unlike Arthur in that respect, I gotta say. Well, anywho, good morning. How's Cleveland? We got a camera. One of our cameramen is missing. How is the old bat? Huh? Somebody told me that he called in Thursday, which I think was very nice of him. He broke his hand playing golf. Imagine, that's a great way to break a hand if you're going to do it. Imagine that. We are here for Lanolin Plus, and boy, we got a product on Lanolin Plus that I don't know whether Arthur has talked about on this show or not yet. Tony, have we ever mentioned Lanolin Plus for the hair?
Yes, we have, but not too diligently.
So we're to mention a product this morning that's already been brought to your attention. But I'm nuts about this particular thing. What's the matter? I have been using various hair preparations for many years, and this stuff I find is just about the finest thing I've ever used, simply because it is not greasy and it does a job, and you don't have to use a lot of it, and boy, it really does a good job. I'll tell you about it a little bit later on. Let's get Frank Parker up here this morning.
Good morning, Bob.
Good morning. Did you learn the song?
Yeah, but I don't think I should do it right at the beginning.
No, we're not going to do it now.
No.
Lynn Duddy wrote us a song, Frank and Julius and myself, for tomorrow night. Wow, is it ever cute? Just as... I hope it works out as well as we think it will.
Oh, I think it will. I think you have a fine rendition of that song. Your idea was very clever.
Oh. Well, thanks very much, Frank. I like the way you sing, too.
We ought to do something spirited to open the show.
I would be delighted to hear something spirited. What you got?
How about Rio Rita?
Remember her well.
Rio Rita, life is sweeter, Rita, when you are near. Rio Rita, life completer, Rita, have you here. All I ask from above is one day your lips will say I love you. Rio Rita, Senorita, here is my heart. Down by the river Rio Grande, on its silver sand, that is where I found you. And now my heart's at your command, ought to be near your hand, lingering round you. For love like mine is there no returning. Give me one sign, tell me you are yearning, burning. Oh, Rita, Rita, life is sweeter, Rita, when you are near. Rio, Rita, life completer, Rita, to have you here. All from above is one day your lips will say I love you. Rio, Rita, Senorita, here is my heart. Here is my
I don't know how you get up there so high so early in the morning.
Just a show off.
Most singers complain that they can't work this early in the morning, you know?
Boy, you really do it. How you doing? Never mind. I know my deficiencies. Should have seen Lee Irwin doing this number. The poor man's going crazy back there. He got an organ, he got a Celeste, and he's running between the two. And whenever he do something right, he'd smile to himself, you know. Wasn't very often he smiled. Speaking of songs and junk, I saw a heck of a preview last night after we got finished rehearsing. There's a picture called Let's Do It Again with Ray Milland and Jane Wyman. And it's sort of inside the music business, how songs get written, you know, a story about Ray Milland's supposed to be a songwriter. Well, that wouldn't be the case. Remember his greatest picture, that Lost Weekend? He had part of the attributes of songwriters. Well, now, some of the songs you hear these days, you'd have to be loaded to write. But, some of them? Sure. How much is that song? You know, good picture. Let's do it again. Johnny, how much is that doggy in the window? I've been told to ask you how much.
$2.
Started out to be a good show. Today I want to tell you, as I said before, about this wonderful Lanolin Plus product, which is called Lanolin Plus for the hair. I suppose maybe I gave you the wrong idea before when I said it's the best thing I've used, but it's actually, I suppose, designed for women primarily, and I guess we sort of grabbed it. We guys have found out about it. This is really great for helping to put new luster into dry, dull, moppy-looking hair. You girls have probably discovered that as you get a little bit older, your hair loses some of its youthful-looking sheen and sometimes gets a little frizzy or dry or brittle. Well, if these things have happened to your hair, make them unhappen by trying this really wonderful stuff. It's a superfine hair conditioner, Lanolin Plus for the hair. Of course, by now I guess you've heard so much about lanolin. It's the closest thing ever discovered for duplicating the natural necessary lubricants for good hair health. And Lanolin Plus for the hair, because it is so awfully rich in lanolin, is not only a wonderful conditioner for the hair, but a great hair dressing. So if your hair shows symptoms of looking real blobby, run down, lackluster, try some Lanolin Plus for the hair and see for yourself the difference it will make. I think you will be real delighted with it. You just rub it gently into the hair and scalp, too, because it's good for the scalp. Before you shampoo, and a few drops brush through your hair every day, and before you know it, once again, your hair will look like a halo of softly shimmering lights. I think we should have music behind that. A halo of softly shimmering lights. A halo of softly shimmering lights. I don't think I'm getting through to you. That sounds like the fire bell. You guys, incidentally, take a tip from me. This stuff is sensational. You're going to like this Lanolin Plus for the hair. It's tops for keeping your hair in good condition, smooth out a little bit in the morning, and your hair will stay smooth, good looking all day. $1 is all it costs. $1 at all cosmetic counters, course, plus tax. Lanolin Plus for the hair. Frank, come on back here. We got time for another number, and I ain't going to let it...
I say that anymore.
I gotta tell you, I have been waiting for somebody to say that. You know, you keep saying to them, would you like to do another number? And they always say, sure. I've been waiting for somebody to be real honest. Come on.
There's danger in your eyes, Sherry.
Thanks very much, and I appreciate it.
There's danger in your eyes, Sherry, but I don't care. I'd give up paradise, Sherry, your love to share. Your kisses taste like wine, and when your lips meet mine, I know that anything with you would be
What'd you say, Arch? He cheated? How'd he cheat? He's supposed to go up, and he didn't go up? That's not very nice. When I send the report cards to Arthur, there's going to be a little black mark next to your name. Well, you can't blame him. It is too early. Too early. Something I want to check on right after the show this morning. According to an item in one of the columns, you can go over to one of those little on-team lingerie shops on 57th Street and buy a genuine Hedy Lamarr nightgown. A nightgown that was once actually worn by Hedy. Oh, well, on second thought, I guess not. Probably isn't my size. How you feeling today, Tony? Better?
Yes, far better, thank you.
He had a terrible cold yesterday. We'll discuss Tony Marvin and the ramifications thereof in just a moment. Lanolin Plus liquid, also Lanolin Plus for the hair. Try that, will you? You'll love it. CBS Radio Network.
This is KOOK in Billings. Good insulation is an important element in most buildings, and by using fiberglass insulation, heating costs can be reduced and summer comfort can be increased. Fiberglass is adaptable to all types of construction, is lightweight, discourages vermin, protects walls against moisture, and is easily installed. Increase your living comfort. Consult the Mason Lumber Company for details and estimates. The Mason Lumber Company, 2123 First Avenue North in Billings.
It's Arthur Godfrey time.
Fiberglass is in your home for good. Fiberglass, the only curtains that never need ironing. The draperies with translucent beauty. Home insulation to keep you warm in winter, cool in summer. Dust-stop furnace filters for a clean, dust-free home. Appliance insulation to make your appliances perform better, keep your kitchen more comfortable.
Fiberglass. In your home and in your life for good. Sporting Fiberglass presents Arthur Godfrey time with all the little Godfreys. And here, sitting in for Arthur, translucent Godfrey, is Robert Q. Soft Support Lewis.
Thank you. You do feel better, huh?
Oh, indeed.
You sound fine. What happened? Did you go to the doctor?
Yes, I saw my doctor and gave me a little Oreomycin.
You were really on the verge of something serious, weren't you?
Yes, I cooked up a little infection.
Just from hanging Japanese lanterns.
Yes, you see what you can do? Terrible thing working around the house. Very dangerous. Very dangerous.
That's the first work you've done in a year and a half, and look what happened. Terrible thing. Got those viri. What is the plural of virus? Viri. Remember Latin from high school? Oh, I used to love that.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a wonderful old gentleman I had two of them, as a matter of fact, to do at Clinton. Mr. Wedge was one of my Latin instructors, and Mr. Solomon was another. And may I tell you, and then when I went to college, I took a course just out of curiosity in Roman law, which was taught in Latin.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to tell you something. It was fascinating.
I could imagine.
No, I'm very serious. It was. And say, Will you do me a favor? I just got a note here. Will you send somebody out in front of the studio and see if it's true? Boy, send me a note that this show is being picketed by men carrying signs, unfair to live musicians. Check that. Ooh. I have now antagonized the entire musical aggravation.
Now, incidentally, Bob, to go back to your original statement
I'd rather not.
Latin, it's a very important point I'd like to make, that one of Arthur Godfrey's progenitors, Godfrey de Bouillon, was one of the first governors of Jerusalem during the Crusades, and his administration promulgated the basis for the common law of today that is used in our judicial system. I just thought you'd like to know that.
Where in the world do you think you would be without that information? You folks tuned in? You folks here in the studio? Come in off the hot streets for a little rest and food? It ain't just rest and food you get here. You get promulgation. I should like to take this moment to send a sincere vote of thanks to you, Dr. Marvin.
Thank you, Dr. Lewis.
For bringing... Just I'm not finished yet. For bringing that little matter to our attention. I sincerely feel that without you, this show might go along.
How far?
We know. We have, on this portion of the program for Fiberglass, Miss Marion Marlowe. Come on. Care to promulgate a slight selection for us, the musical type, Morley?
All righty.
Well, good. Now, I'm glad you didn't say I'm tired.
I was never very adept at Latin. I didn't like it very much.
Oh, it's a great language to study, though, because you'll find the basis, I think, for many English words. And...
Well, I think it's perhaps it's because I studied 7 years of Latin in 3 years, and I was so tired of Latin by the end of 3 years.
Oh, I bet you were. How'd you do that?
Well, at one time I was thinking seriously about going into medicine, and I realized how important it was to have a background of Latin.
Sure.
I can't say that it hurt me any because it helped me in my Spanish and Italian and other languages, but...
You speak Spanish and Italian, too?
No, I don't speak Italian. I speak Spanish.
You speak Spanish?
Mm-hmm.
Well, hasta la vista.
You mean it?
Senor reader.
Yeah.
¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está?
I'm a pretty good. How are you?
I'm a pretty bad. Let us have a canción.
All righty. How about Beautiful Love?
How about that?
Beautiful love, you're all a mystery. Beautiful love, what have you done to me? I was contented till you came along, thrilling my soul with your story. Beautiful love, I've roamed your paradise, searching for love, my dream to realize, reaching for heaven, depending on you. Beautiful love, will my dream come true? Beautiful love, I've roamed your paradise, searching for love, my dreams to realize, waiting for heaven, depending on you. Beautiful love, will
Very nice, Marion. Can't talk to her in chicken talk till after she has sung. Sound a little sick today. What?
Yeah, put it down.
Oh, you're out of your crazy little mixed-up head. You know, on the program here, we talk a lot about the various fiberglass products. And it's really remarkable how many widely different things that these people make out of this amazing material. There are those beautiful soft curtains like the ones behind me here, and insulation for your home, and fiberglass reinforced luggage, and now fiberglass furniture cushioning, which I am just nuts about. You know, they made a chair for me out of that fiberglass cushioning material. I want to tell you something. I've never had a more comfortable chair. This is really amazing stuff. It makes chairs and sofas soft, comfortable. I bet a lot of you wonder, as I did originally, how the heck glass can be soft and comfortable. I mean, you would just imagine that. Well, that's one of the wonderful things about this fiberglass. You all know that a hard piece of steel, for example, can be made into a tiny hairspring for watches. Well, it's just the same way with glass. Only in fiberglass cushioning material, the fibers are even finer than watch springs. As a matter of fact, they're so tiny that the cushioning is about 98% air. Well, when a cushion is filled with this material, each of the tiny fibers acts like a fine spring. You can push down on it. It resists the pressure just enough to make the cushion firm and soft at the same time. Well, we call this cushioning effect soft support. And it is this soft support that gives you the comfort that you're looking for. Fiberglass cushioning material is never bouncy. It cushions vibration, and most important, it conforms to the shape of your body. And that means you get continued comfort. No matter how long you sit in a fiberglass cushioned chair, you'll still be just as comfortable as you were when you first sat down. Tony, would you help me on this?
Why, indeed.
Well, something else I want the folks to know about. Here's a beautiful fiberglass cushioned chair over here. Will you sit down in this a few times?
Hey, we do make a nice picture, don't we? With very much the same tone.
You in the chair, yes.
Oh, say, this is delightful.
Now, do me a favor. Now, you see how well that... now, would you do me a favor? Stand up and sit down a few times.
Why, certainly.
I want the folks to see how well the fiberglass cushioning material fluffs itself up. As Tony gets up, the cushion comes back to shape. See that? No, don't stop, Tony.
I love.
Keep it up. That's right. See, I want to prove to people that in spite of continuous use, fiberglass-filled cushions will keep right on looking neat and shapely. That's a good boy. And keep right on there. And because it's made of glass, fiberglass cushioning material is clean and odorless, fire resistant and moth-proof. It can't take dust. Won't irritate allergies.
Sorry, I don't know what he's talking about. Keep going. I'm just saying.
All right. Anyway, you get all these extra advantages, plus the luxury of soft support and continued comfort in a cushion that doesn't need any special care. Thank you, Tony. I think that is quite sufficient.
Oh, that's all right. Say, that is comfortable.
Well, this is real great stuff. Ask your dealer about it. Fiberglass cushioning material. You don't pay a premium price for it either, kids. It's good. Fiberglass cushioning material. I hope we have... Let me see. How is it? And nuts. Just missed the boat. Darn it. We would have had time for the water ballet, but we just missed the boat. Well, this is the old philosopher. Let me see what we got here this morning. Science Newsletter, they tell me, has come up with its usual fascinating bit of information for this week. Let me read you the item. It says, crabs are the largest group of crustaceans known. There are about 2,000 species of creatures who are closely related to crabs. Mostly by marriage. Oh, that was a dandy. The newspapers inform us that President Eisenhower was host to a party of 14 gentlemen at the White House last night. One of the guests being John L. What is his last name?
Sullivan?
No. John L. You know, the fellow chief of the Coal Miners Union? John L. Katz? Not Katz, no. That last name always escapes me. John L. Well, whatever his name is. Anyhow, I have it on good authority that a rather tense scene developed when the president and the labor leader first met. But Ike, the accomplished leader of men, they tell me, handled this situation beautifully. Very suavely. The president looked across the table at John L. whatever his name is. And he said, I don't get those eyebrows, but dig that crazy coal. That was another dandy.
Back in the time capsule.
That ends. Put that in the time capsule. Oh, boy, I could fill a time capsule with rejected material. Oh, they'd wonder how we ever lived in this day and age. They'd think we subsisted on omelets. That ends this particular portion of the program, foisted on an unsuspecting public by the fiberglass people. Take a look at this fiberglass cushioning material at your store. I think you'll be quite impressed by it. CBS Radio Network.
CBS Radio for Billings, this is KOOK.
That royal pudding tastes so good, no, it's so good for you. It's so good for you, oh yes, it's so good for you.
It's got new candy kitchen flavors and helps make you husky too. That's why it's so good for you, good for you.
Yes, royal pudding reminds you of an old-fashioned candy kitchen. It's as delicious as a chocolate candy bar, or it's chock full of delicate vanilla flavor like a heapin' high ice cream cone, or the tantalizing goodness of fresh-made butterscotch candy. And, Mom, royal pudding helps kids grow husky, too. Youngsters need food energy for a balanced diet to help them grow strong and husky. So remember, every package of royal pudding contains more food energy than a pint of milk.
It's got new candy kitchen flavors and helps make you husky too. That's why it's so good for you, good for you.
When you buy royal pudding, stock up on royal gelatin desserts, too. Only royal gelatin desserts taste like fresh, ripe fruit. Royal.
But I couldn't resist this letter received from a reader by columnist Dr. Theodore R. Van Dellen. Mrs. L.R. writes to the doctor, Will rubbing goose grease on the chest do any good in case of a cold? I should like to answer that lady's question now. Mrs. L.R., that of course would depend on how bad a cold the goose has.
Well.
We have... What's that? What?
Just a quack doctor.
A quack doctor?
He's going to quack there.
Don't you wish you were at Madison Square Garden? We have on the Frigidaire portion of the program a real cool singer, Miss Jeanette Davis. Good morning.
Hi, Bob.
You look very pretty this morning. You got, what are those little things on the dress that shine and sparkle like that?
They're little rhinestones.
See, they're pretty. They are pretty. Makes the whole day. How's that look on TV? Let me see. Does it sparkle? I can't see from here. I know there's a set over there. Do they? That's good. That's nice. That's nice.
Well, you know, that's something I haven't made up my mind yet whether I like it or not. Cotton dresses with rhinestones are ornaments to that extent on them. But everybody else is wearing them, and I like it, but... well, what do you think, Bob?
Well, no. I'd hate to make a snap decision.
I mean, do you think that it's too much, is what I mean?
Well, that, of course, is a good question. But somehow I don't feel... These things are not things that can be decided rashly and injudiciously. Time has got to be taken about these decisions. I hate to be confronted with problems this way and have to make a decision. Well, suppose I didn't like them. What would you do?
Well,
I hate to think.
There isn't anything I could do about it now, but I've had...
Oh, I don't know. Nothing within reason.
Well, I've had the dress hanging in the closet for quite a long time. And
did you?
So this morning when I got dressed...
Well, now, you see, you were not able to make a decision for some time.
That is very true.
I like to come up with the answer.
Well, I
wish you people wouldn't come to me with your problems this early in the morning. I have my own little problem, for example.
Yes, we
Dorothy Kilgallen, in her column the other day, said that every man who wore a seersucker suit such as I am wearing looked terrible. I forget exactly how she put it. Now, I had this problem.
Well, I think it's...
Just a minute. Let me finish. No initials, please.
I'm sorry.
I read this item in the column. Well, for days, my little seersucker was hanging there in the closet, waiting to be worn. I didn't know what to do, and today it looked at me, and it looked so forlorn there, and I wore it. But suppose I said to you, quickly, make a decision. Should I wear a seersucker suit? Could you make a decision, much less pronounce it?
Well, as I started to say a while ago, I think it depends upon the build of a fellow, whether or not he should wear a seersucker suit.
What you're trying to say is I have no right to wear one.
No, I didn't mean that, Bob.
Oh, I know what you meant. It's perfectly all right.
I think you have a rather nice build.
Well, so do I. Oh, we didn't go on like this forever, you know. We'd never get anything done.
Wonderful to me. I've got those alternates from hot to cold, shivers along my spine. Somebody wonderful is mine. Somebody wonderful is close to me. Somebody wonderful to see. I never knew I could feel such a glow inside, just like a kiss on his very first sleigh ride. Somebody wonderful just stole a kiss. This is too wonderful to miss. I've got those alternating from hot to cold, shivers along my spine. Somebody wonderful, oh sweet, adorable. Somebody wonderful is mine.
All right, you know, for an old man, that Irwin's got young ideas. Oh, hello there. I'm Robert Q. Lewis. Don't you love those television commercials that start that way? Ever seen them? You know the kind I mean. A lady is discovered in her bedroom. She's brushing her hair, you know. Or a gentleman is revealed lathering up to shave. Or a girl is leaning over the sink shampooing her hair. And suddenly they turn around. Oh! Her eyes widen with surprise, and she says, hello there. I'm Marjorie Main. I never could understand that. Big television camera weighing half a ton has just rumbled up. Together with 10 electricians with spotlights, 6 stagehands with prompt boards, and 3 assistant directors with hangovers. Sounds like troop maneuvers of the Third Army. But this little lady merely starts demurely, smiles warmly, and says, hello there. I'm Alicia Twitchell. You're expecting maybe Bobo Glopperhead? I always watch those commercials, though. I tell you something. I know in my bones it's going to happen one day soon. We'll come darting into that gal's bedroom some night when she's setting her hair. She'll turn around, and all of a sudden she'll yell, get that camera out of here, you bum! What do you think this is, Ebbets Field or something? Oh, dear. Oh, you know who had a very funny show Sunday night? Alan Young. He did a bit that I don't know why nobody thought of before, but boy, it was clever. You know, we have a show on television at CBS. We used to be on radio, too, called You Are There. And in this You Are There, they take you to a historical spot. I mean, you may like the Magna Carta, the signing of the Magna Carta, famous battles, and they interrupt proceedings, and like, suppose at the Battle of Waterloo, Napoleon might be talking to some of his aides, you know, and the voice would come and they'd say, oh, Napoleon, you, Napoleon. He'd turn around and say, yes. Do you expect that you're going to win the Battle of Waterloo? Well, I have every indecision that I have a plan to win this battle, and so when he turns back and he talks to the guy. So Sunday night, Alan had this satire on it, and forget what the scene was, but turned to the guy and said, pardon me, sir. He said, look, will you stop bothering me? Get out of here. Get out of here. Don't bother me, you know. Went back. It was very funny. Well. We're now going to talk about the product. I imagine that with all the ads you see today in the magazines and the newspapers, you hear on the radio and you watch on television, you figure the toughest thing in the world to decide, because it is a good investment and a pretty sizable one, is which refrigerator to buy. You know, all the claims and the counterclaims. They make a confusing business out of what should be a pretty simple choice. I'd like to show you how really simple it is to buy a refrigerator that is very best for you. You ask yourself three simple questions, and look inside the refrigerator for your answers. Tony, what is the first question?
Well, I should imagine the first question the purchaser would want to know, does this refrigerator have a real food freezer?
Well, you take a look over here, and the answer is yes. Would you be good enough to, for those who are fortunate enough to be able to watch us, I would like to show you a real food freezer. You will find it in the new Cyclomatic Frigidaire, a separate, completely sealed-off food freezer with its own separate cold system that will store in perfect safety almost 50 pounds of frozen foods for months at a time. And it's important to remember this. In the Cyclomatic's food freezer compartment, there are no defrosting heating devices. And that is very important to you. Tony, what would you think would be the second question you would ask?
Well, I should imagine that they would want to know whether this is really an automatic defrosting type of refrigerator.
That is correct. That is a question. Is this thing really completely automatic? And the answer is absolutely, if you are looking at our Cyclomatic Frigidaire. Here, honest to goodness, is the world's most automatic refrigerator with the simplest, most automatic defrosting that has ever been devised. Gets rid of frost before it collects, evaporates the frost water automatically. It has automatic temperature control. There's nothing, no buttons to push or nothing. It's just a simple thing, and that, of course, that being automatic is important to you. What would you imagine would be the last question, Tony?
Well, I should imagine, Bob, that the convenience to these refrigerators have shelves that can move. Do they roll out?
Well, we can prove that right now. We have roll-to-you shelves on our Cyclomatic Frigidaires, and Tony is demonstrating how easily they roll out now. No problem. No reaching in the back, knocking down everything. These shelves roll all the way out. And by golly, that is an important advantage. Well, there you are. Those are the three big questions. The answer is this. At your Frigidaire dealers, you will get a good look at this new Cyclomatic Frigidaire. The only food freezer refrigerator that answers the three questions so completely. Get to your dealer for as little as $1.96 a week. After a small down payment, you may own a Frigidaire. I wish you'd get to your dealers and take a look at him. Tony, stop stealing food from the refrigerator. What are you doing? I can't even see him over there. He can snitch anything. A plum? Yeah. That would be very nice.
Red or white?
I didn't know they had white plums. Oh, these are beautiful. These are lovely. No, this plum is fine. Thank you. No, you may not have any at all. You've all been bad today. Oh, they are delicious. I didn't know plums were ready yet. Yeah, bring them over to the gang. I didn't know plums were in season yet. Please do. I wanted to close it. The shelves are out. Well, that takes care of the Frigidaire commercial. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the CBS Radio Network.
Be ready for the summer heat with a wardrobe of wonderful cotton dresses from the Hart Albin Company. Real coolers, real values, $8.95 to $39.95, Hart Albin, main floor. This is KOOK in Billings. The Billings temperature at KOOK is now 64 degrees, courtesy of Stott's Standard Service Station at the corner of 6th Avenue North and 27th Street. Smile with Lyle, and remember your car deserves the finest care, the kind you get at Stott's Standard Service Station.
What you've always wanted are lighter pancakes. And from Pillsbury they come. Pillsbury, your kind of pancakes. So light, so tenderly light, you have to coax them to stay on the plate. Pillsbury pancakes, plain or buckwheat.
Lighter pancakes. Pillsbury. Makers of Pillsbury Pancake Mix and Pillsbury's Best Flour present Arthur Godfrey time of all the little Godfreys. And here, sitting in for Arthur, the old sack with the 4 kisses Godfrey, is Robin Q. It's in the bag, Lewis.
Thank you. Thank you, Tony.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, here we go again. Have you ever wondered, it occurred to me this morning. It occurred to me that maybe different parts of our body think about things occasionally. I got to worrying about this morning when I woke up and I saw my feet staring at me. Just began to wonder if a foot ever had any thoughts. I jotted down a couple ideas. If it did, my foot would probably think something like, another day. Sure glad to get out from under those covers. Well, let's see what the day has in store for me. Now, where's he taking me? Oh, into the bathroom. The shower? Oh, no, don't. No. Oh, it's so cold. When he wants to test the water, why does he always put me in? Look at him. I'm in here freezing, and the rest of him isn't even getting wet. Oh, look, he's changed his mind, the slob. No shower. What's he up to now? Oh, time to get dressed. What's he going to put on me? Not those heavy woolen socks. No, don't, please. No, don't. Oh, they're so itchy.
Wow, it's hot in here. Maybe I can poke my toenail through the tip of the sock and get some air. I'll try.
Oh, there. That's better. Now I can breathe again. Now what? Oh, we're going to work. Down into the street. I guess we'll walk to work, huh? Oh, no. We're going down some more into a big black hole. What's that noise? There's a train coming. Oh, the subway. Please, don't get in the subway. Look how crowded the car is. Don't do it. Oh, he's getting on. All these people. Ouch! They stand out. Isn't that what they'd say, don't you think? We have on the program for Pillsbury this morning. Thank you. We have on the program this morning for Pillsbury Miss Luann Sims. Come on up, please. You look pretty, too. Everybody always looks so pretty in the morning. It's wonderful. How are you?
I feel fine, thank you. How are you?
You're having trouble getting your air conditioning, huh?
Yes.
Well, we'll have to see if we can't do something about that. She came in this morning and said it's too hot for me here in New York. See if we can't do something about that. You know, it's the trouble. We all wait too long.
I know. Well, I didn't think it was going to be that hot.
Oh, honey. Wow. You don't know New York.
No, I know.
It can be real warm around here. Well, sing us a cool song. What you got?
A cool song?
Yeah, anything you like.
I waited a little too long, man.
Hey, that fits you perfectly. Good.
I could have had you for a lifetime, but I waited just a little too long. I played the game, but not very smart. While I took your kisses, darling, somebody took your heart. I thought that I had done the right thing, but I know now that I was so wrong. I could have had you for a lifetime, but I waited just a little too long. I could have had you for a lifetime, but I waited. Yes, I waited a little too long.
That is a good one. You know, I can't have any air conditioning either. My apartment has that darn fool direct current. There are still many buildings around the New York area that are DC, and oh, brother, that's a problem. I tried a DC conditioner once, but nothing happened. It was
What does that mean, Bob?
Well, there's two kinds of current, direct and alternating. I don't care to go any further along that line of thought. I hate it in high school and I hate it here. All I know is that in DC current you can't run anything. Nothing works. You can't, your television has to be, you have to have a converter to A.O. It's just murder, let me tell you. Just awful. Alternating current goes like this. Direct current goes zoom. Any physicist would care to have you go any further. Good luck to you. And now Dr. Marvin will briefly explain the difference between AC and DC. And you know something? He will.
Yes, dear. What is your problem?
Would you just one time explain it in words that I can understand?
All right. I read you very well. No, as a matter of fact, honey, as Bob mentioned, many of the old apartment houses and...
we know that. What's the difference between DC and AC?
I'll get to that.
I've already covered the original ground. One question. Can you imagine what this high school teacher must have gone through?
You know the difference between the positive poles and the negative poles.
Oh, good luck.
Now, we also have the magnetic poles at the north and south poles.
Thanks, Tony.
These have nothing to do with the positive or the negative poles
Tony,
you might
sit
find
down.
on a battery. However, in the powerhouse...
All right. Thank you very much. You've
Does that
explained it
make it clear,
magnificently.
Pat, you're quite welcome.
Oh, you're out of your ever-loving and nonsense mind. Summer, of course, has really descended upon us, and the Pillsbury people have been thinking of you, and they have devised a delightful dessert that will cool off your entire family and delight them, air conditioning or no air conditioning, AC, DC, NBC, or CBS. That's the difference. NBC is DC, CBS is AC. They can't do any television over at NBC. We have a thing here. Ooh, that was a good one. Of course, I'm only kidding. Now, honest to goodness, these Pillsbury people have turned out a delightful thing. These are the Pillsbury parfait pies, and on my desk this morning is an example of one. This is Ann Pillsbury's raspberry parfait pie. And oh boy, what a delightful looking thing that is. Now, all you do to make this pie, all you have to know, as a matter of fact, is how to boil water and scoop out ice cream. I don't suppose anybody in the world doesn't know how to do that. The filling is made with raspberry jello, vanilla ice cream, and fresh, sweet raspberries. And the crust, well, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to just break off a little piece of this crust. It is just delicious. Boy, a flaky, delicious kind of crust that really adds to the pie. And here's something else that's wonderful. When you buy your bag of Pillsbury's Best Flour, like the one I have over here, you get the recipe for this pie right along with it. No charge, no nothing. Right inside the bag. There are recipes for 4 other parfait pies as well, plus 3 prize-winning recipes from the Pillsbury 4th Grand National Recipe and Baking Contest. So don't wait. Get a bag of Pillsbury's Best today. Make one of these wonderful parfait pies for dinner either tonight or over the weekend, boy. They are just delicious. Yeah. Archie doesn't get this piece of pie. He don't get nothing except trouble from me. Julius La Rosa. Hi, Julie.
How are you, Bob?
I'm pretty good. Let's get a song and we'll talk after that. What you want to
I
sing?
got a little duet with Lou, if I may. I'd like
Sure, I'd love to hear it.
Where the heck is it? It's Let's Be Serious is the name. It's very cute.
Let's dedicate this to Marvin.
Let's not talk about ordinary things, about the birds and bees, cabbages and kings.
It's time we talked about what the future brings. So let's be serious. Let's not talk about how you like to ski. What's your favorite sport, golf or archery?
I like kissing games, that's the game for me.
Oh, let's be serious. There's a time and place for small talk when there is no let's not talk about everyone we know.
This one is a dope.
That one is a schmo.
Time we talked a bit about a bungalow.
Let's be serious.
Let's not talk about ordinary things.
Do you like the
About
giant?
the birds and bees.
Well, I like the
Cabbages
Dodgers.
and kings.
And what do you think will be with Mickey
What the
Mantle?
future brings.
Do
Oh,
you think
let's
he'll lead the league in
be
RBI?
serious. What do you really think about
how you
selling?
like to ski?
You go for
What's your
Byron.
favorite sport?
Well, I go for
Golf
selling.
or archery?
And wouldn't you like to see Venus de Milo?
Don't you know I'm true to Marilyn Monroe? Oh, I love your conversation, and I wish I had the time.
But the years go by, and the time that I was here in church bells time. So let's not talk about ordinary things, about the birds and bees, cabbages and kings. It's time we talk about pretty wedding rings. Oh, let's be serious, and let's just talk about love.
I like that. She did that last week on television. That's good. Okay. Yesterday, Deborah Paget, who was in a movie that I don't remember right now, said there were 8 types of wolves that a girl should avoid, Julius. These are the stand close wolf, the fatherly wolf, the arm pincher, the good to your mother wolf, the whistle wolf, the holding hand shaker, the gift wolf, and the flatter wolf. I don't know, I do all these things, so how come I never get anywhere? Deborah also says wolves are basically the same as they have been since the beginning of time, and she adds, and some of them have been around since then. Is that true, Frank?
Yes.
Pillsbury has done it to you. We'll be back in 30 seconds right here, all up and down the CBS Radio Network.
This is KOOK in Billings. Ladies, here's a wonderful money-saving value from the cosmetic department of the Bennett Drug Stores in Billings. It's a special sale of the wonderful, refreshing Lucien Lelong Solid Cologne in 4 famous French fragrances: Indiscreet, Tailspin, Sirocco, and Bellarocca. Regularly priced at $2, now you can get 2 $2 stick colognes for only $2. Be sure to stop in today at the cosmetic counter at the Bennett Drug Stores for your Lucien Lelong Solid Cologne. The time is 9 o'clock.
It's Arthur Godfrey time. Yes, it's Arthur Godfrey time with all the little Godfreys. Brought to you by Nabisco, National Biscuit Company. Makers of Nabisco, shredded wheat, and many other fancy goods. And here sitting in for Arthur Godfrey is Robert Q. Lewis.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, folks. I would like you to know in Montana today, the weather is at freezing or below. I just thought you'd like to know. Samuel, the cold is colding. We have 4 stalwart men and true. I don't remember their names, and they're certainly not on this show, but they're around somewhere. So instead of them, let's introduce the Mariners.
Good morning, Bob.
Howdy. James.
Take it on back.
James. I don't like to pick any bones with anyone, but we had a rehearsal yesterday for the Wednesday night show yesterday afternoon. Everybody was there. Just almost everybody. And as I looked around that sea of bored faces, I thought to myself, someone's missing. It's not complete. There's the presence lacking. James, I wonder who it could have been.
I wonder, too. But I wasn't there, so I wouldn't know.
That's the greatest answer that's ever been given. I accept. And that makes sense. I'm sorry. It's great. You're forgiven, kid. What would you like to do?
We have a beautiful old number, Bob, that we've been trying to...
When do you ever have a dull old number? Ever? Everything with you is beautiful. Why don't you sing a crummy song sometime?
This is a crummy song.
Well, then tell the truth.
I do better up in the mountains.
That's a pretty crummy song. All right. Before Mount Everest.
I do better up in the mountains. I do better up in the mountains. I do better up in the mountains than I do down by the sea. By the sea on the sand, when I hold someone's hand, all I get is a beautiful bird. But up there in the hills with the lilies and lilies, I get oceans of love in return. I do better up in the mountains. I do better up in the mountains. I do better up in the mountains than I do down by the sea. By the sea when I swim with a muscular miss, it's the white side the one I can see.
That was the Mariners.
Well, next month we said we had a crummy song, so that was it.
That was a crummy song. Dr. Lockhart, may I suggest in all sincerity that if your voice is going to crack, do it on some other broke.
You got the wrong name. That was me.
Oh, that was you.
Martin Crack, that's what broke Tom up.
Martin cracked and that broke Tom up. We got a whole car load of rose bushes waiting.
I did that on purpose, so that's something I can do at the drop of a hat.
Well, look, nobody dropped anything. Now, let's pick it up from where you were just climbing that mountain. And Tom will have no more of this breaking up, please.
I'm sorry, I'm not well, Bob.
What's that?
I'm sorry, I'm not myself today.
I know you're not. You know I like it better?
Oh, let's not. Now, let's start there again. We can't stop now. This
Just
is
a minute
my
here.
solo.
We don't have a... No, it's too bad this portion isn't on television. Make a real dull picture. Tell us who you have. The concert is now over.
How did my solo?
Your solo, huh? Well, you gotta live through these things. Anytime.
When I take home a piece from a day at sea, there's a well-lighted road without doubt.
What happened to Lockhart's solo?
Well, we eliminated him. I believe. No, come on.
That's not a spirit of cooperation.
I believe in quitting when I'm behind. No, let's go back to
Oh, any way you like. I don't know.
I'm sorry. Please, fellas, let's get together and sing the thing.
Nat Bickerson, friendly conciliator. All right, go ahead.
When I take home a piece from a day at sea, there's a well-lighted road without doubt. But up there with my friend, I get lost. That's what love's all about.
Now, I gotta tell you something. At this point, I'm pretty fed up with it. You got anything else in the book? That's a pretty dull thing.
Proved our point.
Yeah, you sure have. What else you got? Now, they got a thing here.
We better stop.
You better tear this thing up. They have a thing here that's one of my real favorites. I'm gonna...
Somebody just yelled something out there, Bob. I don't know what they said. They said to tear the arrangement up.
No. Anything else you'd like? Any artist on the show you'd like torn up? Don't answer that question. The boys have a thing here that I love for them to do, and this is it's not a serious song, but it's one of the spirituals. I just love the way they do it. I'm going to ask them to forget the mountains and get back to the old arts of moving. All right, ready?
You'll lots of moving, you'll lots of moving along. You'll lots of moving, you'll lots of moving, and I'm going home for 40 days and 40 nights. Rain kept falling with a mighty sight. You'll watch your ears, you'll watch your rock, you'll watch your land on the mountain top. You'll lots of moving, you'll lots of moving along. You'll lots of moving, you'll lots of moving, and I'm going home. The animals played and walked around. Rain kept falling with a mighty sound. God told Noah, see the rainbow sign. Won't be one of them by next time. You'll lots of moving, you'll lots of moving along. You'll lots of moving, you'll lots of moving, and I'm going home. Oh, who built the ark? Noah. Oh, who built the ark? Noah. Oh, who built the ark? Noah. Oh, Noah built the ark. God told Noah to build an ark to save the righteous, the animal stock. He worked all night, worked all day, hammering, chiseling, and sawing away till the ark was finished for the last board. Then he opened the door, took all the load. The rain fell, the ark began to rise amid the people's groans and cries. The waters rose with an anxious swirl, and the flood covered the whole world. Then the awful rain stopped, the waters began to subside. There was the old ark, just riding the tide. You'll lots of moving, you'll lots of moving along. You'll lots of moving, you'll lots of moving, and I'm going home. You'll lots of moving along.